studying, I moved to Japan. I studied here for a year. I worked for a year, and then I made my own company.
You went all in.
Yeah.
There's no turning back. You're Cortez. You burnt the ships. People who don't pirate buy DVDs and Blu-rays here. Japan has changed. 10 years is a long time. Has anything? Were you here when the guy killed all those people with the truck?
No.
Yeah. And this is Japan. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. Very favorite anime is One Piece. Like people assume that they might be artificially created.
How can they tell what fruit has what power? Shoot fire and stuff.
It's not about that. Like it's more like randomized. The color. Nobody wants it.
Sorry, come back.
Like one very important thing, the thing that I always mention, people with crazy speed. Yeah, just why can't they just drive on the street? What's the problem? I don't know. Always polite and nice, and we pay them, we give them the money that they deserve.
You're dealing with like the best man of culture on the internet right now. Is there any swimsuit model you haven't worked with yet, or porn star you haven't worked with yet that you'd like to work with? Hey! Hi everybody!
What's up?
Welcome back to another Tkyo Walk and Talk. Well, we're in Akihabara today.
Yabara!
With my favorite lucky bro T-Man over here.
Tkyo and T-Man.
Tkyo and T-Man. He's my favorite German, and we're here today, and he's gonna tell us all about what the hell. What is this?
Onoden. It's the mascot character of Onoden.
What the hell's Onoden? Is that this place?
It's, this electric goods shop, kind of.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a little bit creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why they could come up with something cuter.
I mean, if that doesn't sell electronics, then you just got to start over. Anyway, we're in his town today. This guy, he lives, breathes, and sleeps.
Yes, sir.
Akihabara, and so he's gonna show us the wonders, and he's gonna share his knowledge with us and all the cool stuff that he knows.
Yeah.
And yeah, this guy is he's a very, very sexy guy. And yeah, anyway, I found him on Instagram, I think, because I may or may not follow some Japanese swimsuit models, and one day his thing came up in my feed, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta learn more about this guy. This guy is like,
What's up with this guy?
Yeah, what's up with this guy?
Swimsuit models.
Yeah, this guy, he's constantly around Japanese swimsuit models, and he's got like this hair that looks like an anime character, and like he has his own company and stuff too. He's not just like, I work in IT. I work in IT, I'm never gonna learn Japanese, and I married a Japanese woman. He's not like that, guys. He's a very unique outlier, and I bet he has more other things to say. Can you tell us some things that what did I miss out? Give me more of your own version of yourself intro.
I mean, you know, I'm from Germany, from Düsseldorf. It's like a Japanese town within like Europe, and so I learned Japanese at high school. Then I got really like into Japanese culture and food and anime games, idols. And then after studying, I moved to Japan. I studied here for a year. I worked for a year, and then I made my own company in 2017, and also a YouTube channel around Akiba. Just living the life in Japan.
Wow.
I love it here, and I'm going to stay. Yeah.
That is, you've kind of found, like, it takes a lot of people, a lot of time usually to figure out who they are and what they want, and it seems like you kind of knew.
Yeah, I kind of knew.
How can people figure out like what to do like you did?
Okay, so if you really want to do something for yourself, like not just work in a company, but you have your own thing that you want to pursue, it's really important to just know and take what you're most passionate about. I think it can be anything, honestly. Like for example, in my case, it were like like models, for example, idols, Japanese idols. So I thought, what can I, how can I work with them? So I just like try to meet some of them, the managers, their agencies, get in touch, see what I can offer to them to like help them. And that's how, like step by step, I made my YouTube channel. I featured them on our YouTube channel. We did some interviews, some like, weird content together. But I really think you have to really be in it. For example, in my case, people call me the lucky bro on like YouTube.
Yeah, Instagram. Why do people call you lucky bro? Is that like a like a vending machine thing or something? Like you got a capsule toy and you were lucky, or what does that mean?
Well, sometimes I'm lucky with those things as well, but it's basically because I'm always surrounded by beautiful, Japanese girls.
Oh,
idols,
is it like
models.
I've always loved you more than a brother, step bro kind of thing?
Yeah. Something
I mean,
like that.
not that I watch that kind of stuff. I mean, Facebook ads, that's not me.
Right.
I'm a pure Christian man.
No, not that kind of bro, but
Yeah.
more is like a bro amongst bros.
Like, bro, you're so lucky. You get to hang out with hot
Yeah.
chicks and stuff, bro.
But, so, I was called that in a way at one point, and then I just thought, okay, let's just go full in it.
Yes.
Like, for example, like I put my face out there, I use my real name, and
Uh-huh.
I still just still do it. Kind of. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of, can I ever work in a bank again?
Oh.
Or like, what will my friends think about what I do? I don't give a.
You
about it.
basically just did the equivalent of like getting a face tattoo.
Yeah.
You went
basically.
all in.
Yeah.
There's no turning back.
No turning
You're
back.
Cortez. You burnt the ships. You have to make it in the new world. There's no going back.
Exactly. The new world, it's better than you think.
Yeah.
Once you're there, you don't want to leave.
Yeah.
It's great.
So how long you been here now?
9 years.
For 9
Here
years.
now. Next year, 10 years.
Wow.
Finally, I can apply for the permanent residence or maybe the Japanese passport.
Oh, what?
Because Germans can have both now.
Oh, you gonna both now?
Yeah. It's
What?
just Germans apparently.
I didn't know
Someone
that.
told me the other day. Because
What?
Germany forbids, like by law, to give away your passport.
Yeah.
You cannot give it away. But the Japanese government requires you to give away your own passport.
Yeah.
But because Germany doesn't allow it, but you can still get a German passport, a Japanese passport, of course. You can have both.
Wow.
It's a little loophole. Yep.
I heard that if you do that though, if Japan finds out you have a second passport, then they can revoke your Japanese passport.
Oh, but that's the point. Like, you cannot give it away. It's only in Germany right now.
Oh, really?
The German government made this new rule, and of course the Japanese government just has to say, okay, so if they're Germans, it's fine. Right?
Ah, shit.
So it's pretty cool for me right now. So
That's awesome, man.
yeah,
Yeah, I always thought about getting Japanese citizenship just because it's like, when I first came here, I was like, I'll go to like China or something,
yeah.
I'll be like, I'll jump around, I'll shop around before I buy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this stuff's actually pretty good.
So what do you like best then? Which country?
Oh God. Well, no, I mean like I haven't been to China, but I've been to Hong Kong and Taiwan, Thailand, Korea.
Yeah.
And I went to all the major food groups of Asia so far, but no, Japan by far is the best. I mean, like, people want to complain about the size of apartments or like the size of food or something, but it's like the safety here compared to, like I've moved all around the U.S. Safety, quality of food, quality of life.
Safety alone is worth so much that like anyone that complains about Japan, honestly, they should just leave. Come on, like it's just so good. You can walk out at night, you can leave your wallet on the street, you can be totally drunk and fucked up. Nobody will take your stuff. Like if you don't go to maybe some dangerous area, but it's usually so safe. Nobody is like disrespecting you. For example, in my country, like in Europe in general, you walk on the street, someone will say, "What are you looking at me, huh? You want to pick a fight?"
What, really?
Yeah, of course.
It's like mentally ill person be like, well, stop looking
not
at me.
even meant to, it's just like an aggressive person who had a bad day. They'll try to pick a fight in a train. And like here, that never happens. In my 9 years, there was not a single kind of like situation where like a Japanese person would like try to pick a fight with me. Like,
Was that before or after the massive amount of like refugees came to Europe?
but even before, I mean, like, it was during my high school days.
Yeah.
And even like amongst high school students or amongst university students, it was much milder. I feel like it's just, and you always can get robbed. People can steal.
Yeah, nah.
But in Japan, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It could happen, but it usually doesn't.
What is it about like okay, well, like so you love Akiba and stuff, but like so like would you consider yourself like a retro gamer?
I love retro games, yeah, because I started playing Super Nintendo, the Super Famicom, when I was like 5-6 years old. I was like going crazy on the Donkey Kong Country, and since then, of course, I love old arcades and retro games.
Well, I mean, like Akiba is famous for like maid cafes, retro game sellers. You could I mean, people who don't pirate buy DVDs and Blu-rays here of animes and stuff. Like, what is the thing you think, like, what brought you to Akihabara first, besides the hot made female chicks?
Yeah, I guess definitely the Otaku merch, like all the figurines, like anime, game related.
You collect figurines?
I did collect a lot when I first came here.
What did you? I collected a lot of Dragon Ball. What did you collect?
Dragon Ball, definitely all the Shonen Jump anime figurines, like, you know, One Piece, Gintama, Dragon Ball, Naruto, like.
You watched Gintama?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Oh,
so
yeah,
good.
the silver hair. Yeah,
yeah, if you like Japan, you know, it's a lot of teachings about Japanese culture in there, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I always tell everybody, if you want to learn about Japan, like, Gintama is basically the equivalent of like Simpsons or like South Park for like cultural stuff that you're like, you wouldn't understand unless you lived in Japan, you know? Hey, look, somebody's driving your car, man. I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's the same car I don't like. Similar.
So, like, this is Mandorake, by the way. Did you ever go in here?
Yeah, definitely. It's cool stuff.
This one's more expensive than the one in Shibuya, from what I remember, so I don't go here that often.
Yeah, there's many people here. But you can find some really rare items if you're like a collector of retro artifacts.
What do you like to collect this here?
You know, I haven't been there in a while actually.
I look out card, yeah.
Yeah, back in the days I would buy like used. Sorry.
I mean, I would buy like Doshinji, like the fan comics, and also I'd buy cheap plushies.
Cheap plushies, yeah. I guess like some older figurines. Like I bought like a Son Goku figurine from like 1990.
Nice.
Like around 1990, yeah. That was pretty good. It was a rare find. It was so cheap, but it feels so nostalgic to just have it, like something from the old days. Yeah.
So like, how do you think Japan has changed? You know, 10 years is a long time. Has anything changed since you've been here?
I mean, many things changed. I mean, just talking about Akihabara, so much changed. I mean,
like what?
You know, like, I mean, Akihabara evolved from being like an electric town of electric parts, like an idle town, to a town full of maid cafes. And now, like, we see a boom and just like, maid cafes are actually declining, and there's more drinking places, drinking bars. So,
oh really?
like,
I didn't know.
bars,
wow.
but it's not like the old traditional maid cafe style anymore. And also, you know, there's many more shops targeted towards tourists, and there's also many trading card shops these days. Like, it's just going crazy. So at every corner you see, you know, shops selling card games. Yeah. Because in the United States, also Pokemon cards blew up like over the last 2-3 years, and it's the same time in Japan it happened. The same thing happened.
Yeah. Do you think that because tourists have come in here so much since Corona finished, that it brought the prices up for all that stuff, like retro games and trading cards and figures?
Definitely, prices went up because, of course, right now, like, there's so many tourists in Japan. After COVID, every person that can get their hands on a flight ticket is coming to Japan now.
Yeah.
It's definitely, like, there's a lot of tourists, especially in Akihabara.
We should walk this way, away from this loud ass construction. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember Akihabara, like, I used to be able to buy like RF cards or whatever, like the carts that you could put an SD card in to like you know, play emulators and ROMs on your DS.
Right.
They used to have like that fake marijuana, the spice here and shit, and like you could buy magic mushrooms here at one point, and there would just be guys.
What?
Yeah, there would just be guys on the street, like in between the alleyways.
In Akihabara.
Yeah.
That was during COVID, or?
Oh, no, this was like 10, 15, 20 years ago or something. And, you know, they would be like in these tiny like areas like right here or something where the chairs are, and they'd have a little table, and then they would just be selling shit, and then they'd wait for the cops to come, and then they just pick it up and bring it back into their shop or something. Now, there were fucked up shops around here, man.
Crazy.
They like that place that's under construction right now, or maybe that place or place over here. There used to be a place that sold really, let's just say, very illegal DVDs.
Really?
And I found it just because is this guy going?
Like,
like if you get, like Nicolas Cage movie DVDs. It's And they where are we going? This way? This way?
The main street.
Okay.
Have a look over there.
Yeah, I mean, like this used to be more sketchy, like, you know, all this stuff, but now it's just like I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is like everyone has Twitter, so it's like, hey, this place sells illegal shit. Boom, picture, upload.
It's way more difficult, of course, to sell illegal shit.
Were you here when the guy killed all those people with the truck?
No, I wasn't here. That was like when 2008 or
Yeah, 2008 or 2009 that happened.
Quite some time ago.
Yeah, dude, that guy, like, wow, man. Like before, they used to shut down the street and people would do like live playing music and stuff. It was so cool, and now it's like they close down the street, but you can't do anything.
Yeah, every Sunday, but you know it's very strict. You can't even like, you can film, but you cannot like dress up or do something weird or crazy.
It's like, what's the point? It's like you can go into the restaurant, but you can't eat.
Yeah, basically.
You can look, but you can't eat, kind of thing.
Definitely, but the dark history of Akiba, that incident was definitely shocking.
Well, I love the dark stuff, you know. I'm all about that dark stuff. I know you're all about the bright stuff because he's a lucky bro.
Bright stuff, yes.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the fun thing about these
bright
things.
side.
We get to hear you guys' opinions about stuff you might not talk about that often, you know. And it pertains to you because it's your town, you know.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places, by the way, to people watch is that Royal Host, or where is it? I think maybe more down the street. There's a place called Moko Cafe. Maybe it's over there. So God damn it, I always forget where it is. But it's they got smoking there, and they're pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's I like it because there's not that many people, and it's very nice. I don't know. It might be over here, but we'll see. I'll point it out if we see it. But anyway, yeah, these Apple hotels are everywhere now too.
Hotels popping out.
God, all these Apple
They're
hotels.
very cheap, but the rooms are a little bit too small for my taste.
Yeah, and this is Japan.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
What?
Even compared to Japanese standards, it's very small.
So what's like an anime you absolutely love, and what's an anime you think people should watch?
Oh my god, the answers are the same. Okay, listen guys, so I watch a lot of anime, and you know, I think I have a good taste. I like a lot of good anime.
Yep.
Like, for example, okay, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and
Yes.
Attack on Titans, and you know, I watched tons and tons of anime, and also like most of the shonen anime. But still, okay, some people might hate me, but I know some people might love me for this. Still, my very favorite anime is One Piece. And I think the one anime that everyone should watch is One Piece. And if I could choose to watch all anime I've ever watched again, or just watch One Piece for the rest of my life, I would choose One Piece.
It's like saying you love to watch The Simpsons or something that's super popular.
Yeah, it is popular. I know that, and that's like a thing that people use, like, oh, like it's so popular, it's hyped, or it's too long. Like, everyone has excuses, but it is that for a reason. And like, if you watch all of it, I know it sounds ridiculous, but if you watch all of it, you will know. It's like, for me, it's some kind of religion. Like, if you live like the people in One Piece, you will live a better life. I mean, the main character, right? So.
How do you mean? Elaborate.
So, like, you know, like the main character, he's always like doing the right thing. Like, he's always righteous, and like he always fights against like the, you know, the bad stuff, the world government and the oppression, and like the mass media, and you know, everything that's like oppressing people.
Yeah.
And he just wants to be free, and he just wants to save people that are close to him. And you know, they're on their trip, and they want to find the goal, like, you know, just find something that we don't know about yet what it is. But on the way, you see like all these different, you know, entities. Like, there's the pirates, the marines, revolutionaries, the world government. And you can see everywhere there's like good and bad. Like, it's a gray world. You can't just see they are the bad ones, they are the good ones. It's just like the real world. Like, everything, the world building in One Piece, for me, if I look at it, it's like, wow, it's just like how the actual world works. There's like an upper level that most people can't even grasp of. You don't know like how exactly everything is controlled and run by. And then there's like people that just want freedom.
Yeah.
And some people that have a lot of freedom and power, like the Yonko, like Shanks, like, for example, like an Elon Musk in the real world. They just have a lot of freedom and power, and they can even like basically stay on the same level as like politicians with a lot of power, or people that are above the politicians, like the world government in One Piece. And you have people like Luffy, who just doesn't care. He just wants freedom. He just wants to do whatever he wants, and he always does the right thing. He's like unfailable. Like, everything he does is just the right thing. Like, always trying to save people, always like you know, saving people in need, and just like if everyone would like, you know, be a little bit like Luffy, I think the world would be a better place. It's, you know, there's no hatred, no like discrimination, no, yeah, he's just the perfect guy. I don't know.
But he can't swim.
He can't swim, yeah, but he can do a lot of other things.
I know.
Yeah.
To be negative, it's
I
like,
know.
well, you can't swim.
Yeah, I know.
You know, that's it. That's it. I can't follow a guy who can't swim. But it's because of the cursed fruit he ate. I bet he could swim before that. Doesn't matter. I don't trust anybody who
that's
can't
also
swim.
like, you know, a very important thing about the series, that you cannot get like a lot of power or something without sacrificing anything.
That's a good
And
point.
you know, that's like a very strong point in One Piece about like you have to like make sacrifice. And the evil side, for example, okay, sorry, can I go a little bit more detail?
Keep going.
So, for example, there's Blackbeard and there's Luffy, and they are basically the opposite side of the exact same coin. They have the exact same dream, the exact same ambition. They both want freedom. They both follow their dreams. But for example, Luffy, he just focuses on himself and improves himself, and always does the right thing for people around him. His burden is way heavier because he has to save and carry all regular people and his nakama and still achieve the same dream. Whereas Blackbeard, he even goes as far as killing his own friends, like lying, deceiving, robbing, getting people executed. He just doesn't care. He will do anything for his dream. And it's like, but they both follow the exact same path, but one does anything to achieve power, and one just gets power by, like, you know, being right, like just doing the right thing. And it shows like you can have both parts in life. And I'm really curious about the end of One Piece, like where both will end up, you know.
How would you like One Piece to end? If you got to choose the ending, like what would you think would be a satisfying ending for you?
I would think a satisfying ending for me would be that like all the bigger powers in One Piece that like basically try to control everything, like they would get kind of demolished at the end, like in some sort of form, like how should I say, the immoral rulers of the world.
What do you mean I only got 20 seconds to shout this out? How am I going to fit that in? Okay, oh shit, it's rolling? Okay, hey guys, thank you for becoming members by pushing that join button over here on youtube.com/Tkyo You get access to the private photo dump part of my Discord, which is pretty badass. All you got to do is push that join button. Why are you waiting? Go over while supplies last. Also, big thank you to everybody who went over on patreon.com/Tkyo. You guys get special behind-the-scenes footage as well as Japanese lessons and packages from me, and a different part of the Discord where you can learn Japanese. Okay, bye.
The world will get like taken down. The world will be like restored. Like it will be one. The world will be one again. It won't be just islands. It will be like a connected world, like our continent's a real world. And then Luffy, he finds One Piece. He's just a free man, but like people will tell the tale of Luffy, and you know he will be an inspiration for generations to come to show that you can just have fun and party with everyone. I really hope that at the end of One Piece, everyone in the world will just have a huge party and celebrate that they are free and that the world is better now and they aren't oppressed anymore, and the history is not like deleted anymore. Like people know about the real history of the world and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. That's actually a lot deeper than I thought it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's super deep.
I mean,
people like think like, oh, One Piece is just the pirates looking for it. No, it's so political. It's like super political. Everything there. It's just like the real world, just better.
Yeah, I just realized that like everybody has the same weakness too. Everyone who eats the devil fruit, they can't swim.
Yeah.
So and they're in a world. They're in a water world. They're in a world. They're in a world surrounded by water, and they can't swim.
Yeah, exactly. And this flooded, and I also like, you know, there's. I mean, right now there's. It's not really a spoiler because I'm not up to date on the last few chapters, but like all the things that happen was even the devil fruits. Like people assume that they might be artificially created.
Oh.
And like the power that you know the ruler of the world. I mean, we already know his name, but he or she they made like the world full of water and separated everyone. And the devil fruit has this, as you said, this downside, so everyone can still be controlled in some sort by the world government and by the rulers of the world. You know, so they cannot be powerful enough, kind of.
Well, I didn't think about it, how it's like, like they purposely separate, like, so like in Naruto we find out that like there's a god and everything that kind of created everything, blah, 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 and they want to come back. With Naruto, is it like, I mean, with One Piece, is it like, Like, okay, answer me this because you know One Piece so well.
Right.
How can they tell what fruit has what power?
Oh, okay. There's basically like an encyclopedia, just like we know about like what animal is what animal. So
Yeah.
it's like pictures of the fruit, so you will know if you look at the fruit. Oh, this must be this fruit. But there's like fruits people don't know of because they're so rare, and there's like rare types like mythical zoan fruits that are the most rare, that are like basically non-existent, like mythical creatures or gods that you can become if you eat the devil fruit.
Ah, okay.
And those are so rare, like people don't know about the actual ability. But
Ah.
everything else is like clear. You eat this fruit, you become a fire guy. If you eat this fruit, you become a bubble girl, whatever.
Okay, because I watched One Piece up till the mermaid.
Oh, yeah.
The mermaid saga,
Right.
and then they had like people who ate fruits, and then they became like giraffes and shit. And I was like, I don't want to be a fucking giraffe. I want to like shoot fire and stuff. It's like, you get the power of a zebra. I'm like, what the fuck that? I
But-
can't swim now.
But the good thing is about the zoan type fruits, the one that make you an animal or some sort of creature, right? I mean, it will enhance your already strong. If you have strong abilities, it will just enhance it. And of course,
Okay.
a giraffe has more strength than a human being.
Yeah.
But of course, it's a bit lame compared to other things.
Yeah, I was like, is that it? Okay. Well, fine then. Yeah. So, you really love One Piece. You even play like the One Piece trading card game.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the deal with that card game? Is it like Pokemon?
It's a bit different. So in Pokemon, you have to draw like energy and stuff, right? And there's like damage counters.
Yeah.
And you have to like roll dices and flip coins. It's not about that. Like it's more like randomized. Whereas in One Piece, you have like a leader card,
Yeah.
the special ability, special coloring, and then you build your deck around the leader card. And energy is like given to you. You always get it. You don't have to draw it. And then you just play characters, attack your leader, the opponent leader or opponent creatures, and try to get your opponent to like -1 life,
Okay.
and then you win.
The fuck?
Oh yeah, that guy. We sell him at Yodobashi Camera. Nobody wants it.
That's
There's so many.
that's what I look like after my wife took the kids.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry, come back. She meant nothing
Don't
to
buy
me.
that.
Yeah, she meant
I mean,
nothing.
maybe it's a good way to get rid of your wife that you don't love. You know, just buy that.
Yeah, buy that. Just like cement it into the ground of your home.
Yeah.
So just keep it on an infinite battery. She'll figure it out. Yeah, you know. So you're from Germany. What's something that you like besides safety? Like what's something from Japan that Germany could copy to make Germany better?
Oh, there's like one very important thing, the thing that I always mention, and also one of the main reasons I left Germany.
Yeah.
It's like the school system and education system. Like in Germany, basically the high school system is like separated in 4 high schools, and like there's one like very good high school, and you can, you know, you only can go to university if you graduate from that. Oh, by the way, I think today was the day that it happened, the massacre.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people are saying it was exactly on this day.
この場所は2008年
Oh no, it was like a week ago, but still. 7 people lost their life.
Kafuji Tai, I don't know how to say it, Tomotai or something. So you know,
Anyway, so you...
というなんだっけ、暴漢、暴力、
Yeah, maybe
要は7名な命が奪われてた事件の場所です。What's that?
Every year we put flowers here to remember that.
Huh. Wow, dude. That was just. I just brought that up randomly. I didn't know that it was this.
No,
fucking...
I didn't know. It was a few days ago.
You know, some homeless guy's gonna be really happy about this later.
Nobody's
You
going
know?
to touch that. I mean, I hope not.
Didn't you ever watch Tokyo Godfathers? That's what you do. You go to the graveyard and steal sake from there and all that stuff. Why did I go to the convenience? I could have gone there. No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't have done that.
I can have a drink with them. It's fine. Bring
Yeah.
your own drink, sit down and drink. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's actually something you might do, you know.
That's so.
Yeah, German school system. It's split in 4 systems, like 4 like high schools, and you can
Yeah.
only go to university if you get to the highest one. which is like less than, let's say, 20% of any person. But they choose, you know, into which high school you go when you're like 6 to 8 years old.
Wow.
So it's totally fascist. They will like decide, oh, you might be not as smart, you are not as good as math. You should go to the second, you know, good high school. I don't even know how to explain it. And then only then you can go to university. Like you can only go to university if you go to the best one. And there's of course a lot of like conflict amongst those kind of high school systems where people from the higher high school be like, oh, you low life scumbags, like you just go to the worst high school. You become like, you know, you will maybe be like garbage man or like bus drivers in the future.
Germany
and we are going to be like lawyers.
Yeah.
I mean, we had that before. That's why I hate it so much, because like you learn nothing. Like what the fuck? Anyway, like that's so bad in Japan, and of course in Germany, like university is for free, right? You don't have to pay. Well, it's a good thing. But in Japan, almost everyone can go to university. Like there's just one high school.
Yeah.
And everyone is treated in the same manner. There's like, of course, there's like ijime, like bullying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as bad as in Germany. There's in Germany, it would be like, oh, what are you wearing there? Like, come on.
Got some elitist shit going on in Germany. Who would have ever thought? Okay, we're going to talk more about high school, but first, I want something sweet to drink. And we're at my favorite place in Akihabara, Cafe Moco.
In a world where Papa Tkyo is on his trusty Japanese Yamaha Virago bike spaghettums, and I'm riding around Japan and I'm spieling and I'm podcasting while I'm doing it. Go over and check it out if you haven't already. It's ADV Japan, links down below, and come over and be based with your hot dad in Japan.
So anyway, we're at this nice cafe now in Akihabara called Cafe Moco. I've got my my iced cocoa. What do you got?
Iced coffee.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
On a hot day, nothing's better than sugar, right? Oh, it's so good. So, what do you think something that Japan could copy from Germany?
Well, not. Oh yeah, an important, one very important thing. Don't like ride your bike on the path that passengers walk, the walking path.
The sidewalk?
Sidewalk. Because like in Germany, it's so strict. You're not allowed to do that. You can only drive on the street with
Oh wow.
bicycle. And in Japan, like sometimes like bicycles are so aggressive, they just like don't give a fuck, and then like you bump into them or like they're just in your way. I hate it. Like they take so much space on the sidewalk. Yeah, for me that's one big factor. Yeah, like bicycles on the sidewalk or something. Probably most Germans like will agree with me. Like it's just it makes you so aggressive. And like, if people also don't go into the line like properly, I know probably in Japan people line up better than in Germany, but sometimes they still don't in some places, and then gets to like a little bit of aggression there, lining up properly.
Gotta be careful, those aggressive Germans, guys.
Don't ride on the sidewalk. I'll kick you from the bike. I'll only if it's like a woman with her child. I'll be like, oh, okay, fine. Or like a very old lady, then okay, mashikataganai, shoganai. But usually it's like some dude like just riding on this bicycle, just bumping into people with crazy speed. Yeah, just why can't they just drive on the street? What's the problem? I don't know.
When you've been like quite polite while speaking English and Japanese. Are you this polite when you speak German too? I feel like this is like a nicer version of you. I feel like it's a little bit more raw and frustrated when you speak German, probably.
Okay. Sometimes, yeah, it can be very frustrating. But yeah.
What's so it's like you moved to Japan.
Yeah.
You like built a company. You went to Akihabara. So like your company basically just like sets up like what does your company do?
Yeah. I mean, we have multiple things to do as a company. We have some just regular agency work. We have actually like 5 corporate clients. We just help them with their social media management and Google ads and YouTube ads and like Instagram management, like some video editing and shooting that we do for them. And because like they just have no idea they can't speak English, they don't know how to target for an audience, we just help them with that. And then we have the model side of our business, which is the other hub, where we basically, most of the models, like underground cosplayers, radio idols, or even like AB, JV actresses.
Yeah,
that's what you guys are here for.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I don't watch this stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We would never watch it.
No, that's.
Of course, you watch it, man of culture. But
yes.
Watch it, but Just watching.
Yeah, just watching.
Just watching.
Sometimes participating. That's. Do you think that? Well, I mean, how? So like, you just reach out to these chicks, and then you're like, look, you're making money now, but you could be making more money.
Yeah.
Getting that like simp money or whatever you want to call it from the foreign stuff.
Yeah, I'm not that aggressive. Like,
Yeah.
I am aggressive, but not in this wording. I would usually just tell them like, oh, I checked your stuff. You have so many fans abroad. Like, would you like to do something for your foreign audience? Like, be in our YouTube. Like, it's one big part. Like, we have a YouTube channel where so many of the models appear. And then just collaborate on content for overseas. And then, of course, if they have fan sites, we just offer them, like, you only sell to Japanese fans, but your foreign fans also want to see your videos, photos, like everything. We'll help you with the management. And they usually say, oh, that sounds great. Like, but the good thing is, like, we did this for a few years. Like, now there are 5 years in this industry. Like, at this point, like, because the models know, like, oh, we work with them so long and we're good people and we always polite and nice and we pay them, we give them the money that they deserve, like, that they just recommend us to all their friends. And so at this point, like, we get recommended a lot, which is very good. And yeah.
This is what I told you guys during the live streams, is that like you could be the best skilled whatever the fuck in whatever the fuck, but nepotism and word of mouth will always be the best way to advertise your stuff.
Yeah.
And
it's all about branding. Sales, it's sales. Yeah, most companies focus a lot on sales, but it's all about building your brand. You have to be the guy. You're like, or the company that is always polite, treats people with respect, like, is fair, and just keeps their word. It's so important. This simple thing, just keep your word. Be there on time.
Do a lot of companies they're not on time, they don't keep their word?
I mean, so many people, like, just, like, I don't know, just the English was like, something that was, like, trying to deceive people and, like, take advantage. But, like, of course, and then, like, of course, there's a lot of people, and many people, sorry, maybe, some guy, some of you guys, but I just tell you, like, in Instagram, they just reach out to me, hey, can I work for you? Hey, can I go to a model shoot?
That was you guys, wasn't it? You can admit it. You can tell me it was you if you blink twice, guys. Blink twice. No.
I want to work for you, man. I do anything. I can hold the mic. Like, no.
Can I be in one of your pornos? We don't film pornos. So can you start filming pornos?
One guy, he sent like 50 messages about can I introduce him to a company so he can star in the porn. And then I think, like, okay, even if it's possible to, of course, apply to some sort of company if you have the proper visa to be in a porno, why would I help you? Why would I benefit that? What the hell? Come on, guys.
You're dealing with like the best men of culture on the internet right now.
Man.
With these chicks, do you like the way your company makes money? Do you just take a percentage like an agent would or something, or do they pay you a flat fee? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, we take a percentage. Like, we take a percentage of the cuts, but for that, like, we take 30%. Like, that's like, we do it for every model
normal.
The same.
Yeah.
In Japan, it's usually actually much worse.
It's
like
worse,
agencies,
yeah,
like even the Japanese agencies, they especially take usually 70%
Yeah.
or 50% of everything the model earns. In our case, we take 30 baht. We pay for the studio. We edit the photos. We shoot the photos. We post, like, we help them with postings and editing and translations and stuff like that. So they don't. They of course they log into their accounts. Like, they can log into their accounts, but and check and post themselves. But we basically take care of anything. If they want it, we can just run it for them and just send stuff to their fans.
Do they? Because like I used to not work in porn, but I used to work for a porn distributing company.
Yeah.
And they really own people's right, like the copyright for people's faces and stuff. It's very hard to get out of those tough contracts.
But you have to be. That's why there's a lot of shady businesses, and many of them are connected to the underworld. Like,
Yeah.
I know, and I have a list. Like, my company, like, I do this for 7 years. I made lists of like all the agencies, and I marked them in. We don't do business with this company, because I know they have connections to certain, underground associations, and also those contracts are usually not legally binding. Like, you can make any contract with anyone. It's not, for example, we have
Contract
this,
is a piece of paper.
This bad case. There was a super famous. She's not a porn actress, like Radio Idol. So she just does like bikini photos, videos. But she was in an agency, and after she quit, they forbid her to run social media and to like use the name, and for 2 years. And she kept it. For 2 years, she just spent went like off the internet, and then she came back, and they didn't even give her actual account. She had to build everything from scratch. And I told her like, why? I mean, it's illegal if you just have consulted another agency to help you. Like, they would have brought you out of this. Like, that's why we also help models and consult with them if they get like legally abused by such companies with weird contracts, and because it's not possible. You cannot forbid someone to be off social media for 2 years. It's not possible.
They're trying to do like a non-compete clause with your own identity.
It's like there's so many things that are not legally binding. That's why, for example, my company will also be to do some sort of contract or agreement, but it's like they can quit anytime. Like, it's like we will not never force someone to do anything weird via contract. It's just not our style.
Do most of the women that you work with, are they like kind of freelancers doing their own thing, or are they connected to another bigger agency?
We have both cases. We prefer working with models directly because then they can get the bigger share. Like they can really relax, sit back, make content for us. We just take care and they get paid every month. But for like agencies, usually the agencies, the bigger ones that we work with right now, they will still keep 50% of we give them, which then it ultimately means the model will only get like around 30% of everything.
Yeah.
But at least they are like proper and pay, and they give the model other work as well, like for example television work or radio work or magazine work or some other stuff. But there are those ones, and we had cases where there were these like weird people in between, and I could imagine in one case like she just took everything, or just gave like, I don't know, like $50 to the model, even though she made 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a month. And like since then I'm so strict about like actually controlling like how much they make in the ad, because I want them to be happy and don't think like, oh, like I didn't make money, one, or like second one, oh, this foreign agency, they just like betrayed me or like took the money. Like,
no, that's a good rule of thumb to follow.
Hurting, yeah.
Because if you always do right by people, then the people who talk shit are obviously liars,
Yeah.
So it's good,
Be careful. Like, it's having a good eye for like who to work with and who to involve in your enterprise or business connections is super important.
Do you think that more Japanese women are going to stop doing the regular agency route and just go like OnlyFans and Patreon eventually?
Absolutely, yeah.
Just because it's more money, less middleman, right?
It's more money, less middleman, and the rules are just so unfair. And there's more agencies like ours. We for example, we're also getting like like advertising projects. We're a gaming company, like an application game, will reach out to us and say, oh, do you have a few models who want to, play our game and promote on Instagram or TikTok? And we say, sure. And then we also give them this kind of work, but we always keep the same rules. We take 30%, they get 70% for anything. And like they don't have to sign to us. They can do the same thing with company B, C, D, and like, but they are all freelance. And it's way better for them because they can choose who to work with and how to work with people. There's this one agency who's there for like maybe television work, one agency is there for like ad work, for their fan sites. And that's the kind of environment we also want to promote as a company. And in the best case scenario, we will take over the market.
Yeah.
And I'll get a lot of enemies here. I'm ready, Bring it on.
I think Germany's used to having a lot of enemies at some point. Yeah, you work with porn stars, you work with swimsuit models. Is there any swimsuit model you haven't worked with yet, or porn star you haven't worked with yet that you'd like to work with?
Oh, there's definitely a couple, yeah. I mean, we of course have this, again, we have like lists of people we want to approach and how to approach them, like strategize, or like how to increase our business. But of course, like in Japan, everything is going very slowly. It's all about like being trusted and respected. It's always about like, in Japan you call it shinrai or shinyo.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have that, you can't expand your business. You can't get new people. But even though it's it'll make more money. It's safe. Everything is perfect. You still need that kind of trust. So we need to expand like slowly and getting like person A to go to person B and company C. It's all very like calculated, but there's definitely a few. Yeah, I can't really mention names. It's a bit weird.
No.
But like there's a few.
Would you be cool working with like older retired like grab your mom or like porn stars? For example, like I'm a big fan of Maria Ozawa, and I know she's back in Japan. Or like
yeah, she's there. She has a bar in Shinjuku.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I went there once, yeah.
Ah, fuck. It's
you can
her
just
bar?
go her. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Do your research. You can just meet her. Maybe get an interview with her. It's awesome.
Man. Loved her movies. I was a big fan back in the day.
Legend, yeah, yes. Good old high school days for me.
Yes.
Yeah, that was been, yeah.
So nice. Yeah, back in the day. God, yeah, you guys want some fun stuff, look up Maria Ozawa on X videos later. It'll be good, yeah. So,
I don't know, so you have a YouTube channel, you have an Instagram. How many followers do you got on Instagram now?
Instagram, I mean, my private Instagram, like 14K, 1.4, and YouTube 210,000 around Akiba.
I thought your Instagram, like the business one, is pretty big too.
Yeah, we have it around Akiba, like Instagram, but it's not going that well for some reason. It's also like 200,000.
Wow.
Yeah, but we are not posting enough. Yeah, so right now we are strategizing out what content to make that we can just repeat and just like do like concept for content. Yeah, if you have any ideas, you know.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas,
any good ideas, yeah, let me know. Then we will try and do whatever we can.
He's got hot chicks and German engineering and skills, guys. Figure it out. Give him some ideas. Yeah. Well, so what's the ultimate goal besides taking over the world with the porn, or I mean the agency? I mean, like, what about your YouTube or Instagram? Like,
I definitely want to bring YouTube to at least 1 million subscribers. First of all, like, we have to think about crazier, bigger content. You know that those like Japanese game shows where it's going all crazy, and you also have like bikini models and like crazy commenters, and you go to like do some weird games and stuff like that. I want to recreate something like that. Like, I will get maybe a little bit of, you know, shitstorm for that, but I really want to go crazy on like some game show concept at one point for like YouTube.
You want to do like Takashi's Castle but porn actresses?
Yeah, something like that. But there's already shows like with porn actresses on regular television that do such game shows. For example, there's a show called Goptan. I know Goptan. Like, that's one of my favorite shows, and that's like an inspiration to, damn, I want to do stuff like that. It's just so weird and so crazy. But like, anyway, this exists. So if we want to come up with concepts that more people will watch and that will go viral. And then for YouTube, of course, more subscribers, just make more better content. I mean, it's not, honestly, it's not about getting more subscribers and followers, because if you make really, really good content, it will grow anyway. So we really have to think about what can we do that like people will go crazy about, like that will like shock the world. And I'm okay with being a little bit controversial. You know, if you check my content on Instagram, you will know what I'm talking about. But then, of course, just, you know, build a business up, have a big office, have like 100 staff members. I want to be like the most successful entrepreneur foreigner in Japan. That's my goal. So people will respect. I want to be, you know, friends with other like very, very successful business people, Japanese people in you know, Tokyo, and I want to be like one of them, but as a foreigner.
Yeah.
And then like also some sort of Hugh Hefner in Japan, kind of. Where it's like I'm always with the girls, and I have like a mansion, and then we make content together, like just like, you know, like YouTube content. But that would be awesome. Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
That is badass.
yeah, guys, like basically, if you're ever looking for the dude who hangs around with hot chicks, T-Man's the way to go. You know, you gotta go to.
Wait, what's the Instagram and YouTube again?
Around Akiba?
Around Akiba, it's on YouTube, and then like on Instagram you can just find me like I'm Tristan Juncker, my real name, or like Lucky Bro, I guess.
I'll link everything in the video description and the title and everything. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing about my community. It's not big, but we're like small, but we're like hardcore. You know, like if I'm like, this guy's cool, there's gonna be a good, decent number of guys who will become your hardcore fan just from that intro. You know. It's like, we're small, but we're strong, you know? Yeah. But, yeah, man, like,
Thanks for taking the time to hang out with me today.
Yeah, thank you.
And, yeah, it's, so wait, in German to say shit, it's Scheiße, right?
Scheiße, yeah.
And
to say penis is Schwanz?
Schwanz, yeah.
Okay, I just needed to make sure that's the thing, you know?
Correct.
Okay, and thanks for hanging out today.
Thanks.
And, yeah, go subscribe and help him, find more hot chicks, guys.
Yeah. Any recommendations, anything, you know, let me know. I really need comments.
And I guess in German they would say Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, yeah. Schnitzel, all that stuff.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy. But you can't care about it if you're always holding yourself back in case it doesn't work out.